I am truly honored to be here among so much talent. I was just telling Godson here, you know, people have said, I'm surrounded by idiots. And I said, but I was thinking just being surrounded by brilliance. Everyone bringing their light, their peace to share. And thank you so much for inviting us, Kim. Thank you. So due to the fact that we are on Ohlone land, I'd like to just provide a quote from the Native Americans that we all could use right now. It's in the book as well. In every deliberation, the impact of our decisions must be made on the next 7 generations, those faces yet still beneath the ground. Yes? Makes sense, right? So when we were given a language in a religion to follow that disconnected us from earth, our bodies, this piece had to be written because it happened during the time of family reunion. So you'll hear it. Had not been to church in quite some time, though I meditate and mediate in my temple quite regularly. Last day of family reunion, we gathered in family church and had communion in effigy of the Lord's Supper. But this time, there was a difference. It felt different, it looked different, and awakened some apathetic, melancholy, discontented prefix fix for tricks I had not seen or noticed before. Then I heard a voice of pompous passion speak from the neck, from the pulpit, from a blind third eye, weakened by televised visions, incisioned for psychic frontal lobotomies, word spells, splitting thoughts. Then suddenly I was caught by visions of a pale, blue-eyed, drawn face, donning a thorn brace upon his head, dying for our sins or senses, I don't know. But as this voice of pompous passion continued to speak, I could feel fear and pain in daily puddles of rain, ancestors' blood memories sustained through me. Whipped, ripped, rocked over through deeply troubled waters, fear of the white man's God, terror resonating, booming trepidations, generation after generation, never to be thought of as post-traumatic shock. Over time made docile to forget and forgot. Past and present survival riddled with archives full of communions we gave as rotting flesh to vultures, strange fruit on trees, raped, tarred, feathered, castrated, denied human dignity as evidenced by our behaviors today. Then I heard a colonized brother say, take, eat of his body, drink, this is his blood. And that's when the deacons undressed a large tray of white cracker bread and Concord grape juice and passed it around pew by pew for everyone to take, eat, and drink. And damn, I thought, is this some kind of voodoo? According to the book Muntu, voodoo means protective genius. Then I recalled a book read years ago, written by an Ethiopian ancestor who wrote about his first experience with Christianity. Others in the province had told me of this new way of worshiping. As I stood by the doors of the church listening, I could hear the clergy say, take, eat of his body, drink, this is his blood. And that's when I ran from the church screaming, these people are practicing cannibalism! Thank you. So as we kind of look at that, I was thinking of the cannibalism and how many ways that happens in our culture. And I did a poem here not too long ago called Life Light Remembered. It's about during the time I was in the Panthers and the George Jackson Free Health Clinic and what took place there. So a form of cannibalism when they don't see you, they don't recognize you. We are soldiers on the battlefield with life light in our eyes, said Sister Sonia. 1994, 23 years after volunteering at the George Jackson Free Health Clinic, the Tribune calls. How many guns did you have at the Black Panther Clinic, they asked. How many guns? Not how many services were provided, not how many programs were implemented, not how many doctors or healthcare workers volunteered. No, not even why we put into practice such a program with so many hospitals in our community. Didn't ask any of that. Wanted to know how many guns we had. Not what illnesses or diseases most affected our communities, or how often we screened for diabetes, sickle cell, or checked for high blood pressure, if at all, or what may have been my specialty at the time. I would have told them about certain grains to regain genetic memory. But they were more interested in how many guns we had. Not who ran the clinic or what hours or days of the week we were open or who was our hero or shero to set about such a task that sustains our health needs today. No, the reporter didn't ask any of that. They wanted to know how many guns we had. Black men, women, late teens, 20-somethings volunteered to become doctors, nurses, pharmacists, therapists, completed homework between seeing patients. Black volunteer staff physicians, Dr. Talbert Smalls and Eddie Newsom, developed methadone programs to destroy heroin dependence, reverse curse of opioid addictions, purposely placed in our neighborhood to weaken the Black power base. We took vital signs, provided prenatal care, kept patients' records, organized charts, med rooms, pharmacy, gave better care than Kaiser dared, held life light in our eyes, books, our bullets, educationally armed our right to fight through walls that imprisoned us as violent, drug-infested, gun-carrying, sex-crazed jigaboos. Yes, Kwame Ture, AKA Stokely Carmichael, warned us, education in this country makes you stupid. But what is worse, it makes you arrogant in your stupidity. The revolution is coming whether you want it or not. It is coming. The revolution will not be televised, not be televised, not be televised. The revolution will be live. How many guns did we have? We were soldiers on the battlefield with life light in our eyes. We are soldiers on the battlefield with life light in our eyes. And during the time working as a nurse and leaving the clinic after so much had happened, with so much going on all over the country regarding the Panthers and just the medical world, because we were looking at what was taking place in the hospitals. I witnessed drug addictions. So much was going on. And this piece is called Devil's Advocate. Chemically and synthetically speaking, for the ignorance of human sense and worth, for the great scientific medical forefathers who have condemned many families for and from the miracle of birth, we have mind, body, and soul altering drugs for your behind. Yes, we have medication, the mediation to ruin and numb every sense or symptom of your signs. You don't have to feel or interpret your senses that are due, because between us and the television commercials, baby, we're gonna show you what to do. And if your worries pile up and get stuck, we have MOM, Milk of Mag, Correctol, Ducalox, and X-Lax to relax your behind. Because on us you can depend with the tens, and that's a name you can trust. And if it's sleep you seek, we have liquids, powders, and pills to literally make you chill, baby. Especially if life gets too cold to hold, just give us the money. We'll take control. You don't have to be whole. I heard the stories those spiritual psychics say that your soul sends and receives with electrochemical impulses that sense with intuitive release. Don't be responsible for that. Trust me. Trust me. If it's high stress, body pain, or sleep you lack, take some Nitol, Sominex, Melorel. Hell, take some crack. Drug addictions, we have drug treatment centers for that. Oh, say you have a pain in your head like two bulls running after red. Well, we make thousands of chemical medicines, most of which are pain relievers coming out every year. We have chemicals in brand name food. We even have it in your beer. BHA, BHT, aluminum ammonium sulfate, aluminum hydroxide monosodium glutamate, potassium sodium formaldehyde nitrate, and aspartame known as NutraSweet and butyl butyrate. True, most are not water soluble, even though 90% of you is. But look at it this way, baby. We're doctors and scientists. We're not here to find the causes. We're just here to relieve your symptoms so we can stay in your pocket with a steady rhythm. Oh, about that pain in your head. Could be from MSG or possibly even smog-related lead, but why don't you make an appointment so we can have a look and see? Or why not take some Imprim codeine number 3? Advil, Motrin, or Allerest. If you overdose, we'll just pump your stomach and take some tests. But why make yourself responsible for understanding or knowing your pain when it's us, the doctors and scientists, who need your senses to grow insane? Because you know we're here to keep you in our hospital cells, because as John Milton knew, we'd rather not serve in heaven, but rule in hell. I'm going to read a short piece and then end with My Son, which is the ode to the book. And this is called Memory's Wing. I'm going to dedicate this to Raina, full of life. We ride ghostly caverns, red iron silt, navel to navel, ship to shore. Sunlight wins when tomb to womb, womb to tomb. Moon tithe 9 times, parting waters in house of hearts. Reed, omnipotent breed, breathes horns, born blood memory, records symphonies, time without end. Fin, feet, feather, deed, seed, living trust, magnifying miracles, Hollywood names, chariots that let us ride. My son, I will speak for you. Those scriptures mask your testimony from eyes that once knew your light, watched you walk upon waters, oversee flora, fauna, mammal, animal, bird, and sea creature. Obey your season's will, my son. Your garden legacy, deed you master, alchemist, chef, cook, sorcerer of elements. You feed multitudes, flavoring nature's seed womb, my son. Why falsify your records? Hide your light. Cut circuitry from innocent eyesight, masquerading one vow well with idol sacrifice, my son. Unclean spells stray from holy wellness, creates hell for pathologic wealth, degenerates generations, my son. An icon reads, think not I come to bring peace on earth. I come not to bring peace, but a sword. Why destroy peace in your wheel done? You are reason life on earth rolls through heaven. Instead, greed eats away trees, disconnects energies, deviates gravity, habitats for humanity, erodes truth, integrity destitute, disputing life roots. They brainwash memory, branding you secondary, awaiting a messiah as though your soul or lights are not required, my son. Too many religious saviors, too many competitive death plans, too many eyes look away from your radiance to revere a rote man, my son. I need not wait for your return. Your morning light never ceases for what I yearn. You are my testimony, my sojourn, my light, my son. You, not born of man or woman. You, true light of this world. You, my son, our holy reed, our spark of light that never sleeps. In heart and lung, as we breathe, my son, eyes will always rise to acknowledge you. Thank you.